Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? This is Tammy Morrison, and I am live. So, first things first, this is day 10 of 30 days of lives for me, and I want to show you my book right here. So, this is my book, Walking Away Winning the War Against Shame, Abuse, AIDS, and Abandonment. That's my name, and there's my picture down there. So, I wanted to share this book with you ah, because it's my story. Part of it. It is part of a memoir that I wrote. So you might want to grab it. It's going to share. It goes deep, y'all. It goes deep. I spared nothing. I shared everything. And so it really is encouraging. And the reviews that I've gotten from this book has been so encouraging. Y'all just don't even know, because I was very afraid to actually write it and put it out there at first, because it was very sensitive topics and very sensitive things that I have been through in my life. And so but I knew that I was called to share it because other people needed to read it and be encouraged and know that regardless of what you go through, nothing can break you. So today, what am I talking about? Today, I am talking about listening to your intuition. Listening to your intuition and how it can possibly should save your life. So, when I talk about intuition, I talk about hearing from spirit, getting messages and information from God, universe, source, your spiritual team, your angels, whoever it is that you connect with in the spirit realm. And so, for me, and I'm not going to be before you long, I actually have something else I need to do. And then I need to rest because I have some stuff that I'm dealing with. So, and if you're watching on Facebook, send me some stars. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell and subscribe. Hit the subscribe, and then hit the bell to be notified when I post more videos, because my next video might be the one that you need to see. And there are 1,000 videos on that channel, so I'm sure there's something that will catch your interest if you are watching me. So again, thank you for joining. So I'm talking about intuition because, that's my jam. And so one thing I'm learning to really trust and follow, what intuitive hits that I get. So I had a situation today. Had a situation today where I have been talking back and forth with a young lady, and we do a lot of the same things, similar energy. She's a little younger than me, so that always, to me, I'm a mama bear, and I've always been one. And I think probably because I grew up so quickly as a child, I don't really think I had that much of a childhood because I grew up. Um, and so I'm always looking out for people that are younger than me. And for me, I'm about to have a birthday in 15 days. I'm about to have a birthday in 15 days. My birthday is November 1st. It's All Saints Day. I take gifts. I take stars. I take Cash App, whatever you want to send. But I'm going to have a birthday in 15 days, and I will be 55. So I'm super excited about that because you know what? I know people that didn't make that. And I know people that just barely made that and then they passed away. So when I think about being 55, I get excited. And I know a lot of people are not excited for their birthday because they're another year older. But to me, I love that because that to me is like I'm another year older. I'm another year wiser. I know a few more things. I am so excited. So, and as you know, if you have watched me and my husband, you know that we celebrate for a month. So I'll be celebrating all month, and I'm so excited and I'm so grateful. So anyway, intuition. I have a course or a workshop that is happening on the 17th of November, Awakening Your Intuition. So if that is something that you are looking for, it is on Eventbrite. I will drop the link in the comments when I am done as well. But that is happening on the 17th. And I think it's going to go from 11 a.m. Pacific time to 1 p.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be about 2 hours long. It may not be quite that long, but that is the time that I allowed for us to be together. So that if you have questions, you can ask them. I'm super excited about it. So I'll drop the link in the comments. And also, it is in an event, in the events tab on Facebook as well, if you are there. So, that being said, I had a situation where I had been meditating and praying, and I had been having some issues with some things going on in my body. And so, for me, the first thing for me is not to run to the doctor. I've never really been that way, and I'm still not that way. That actually usually is the last thing. And so I started praying and I started asking God to show me, what was going on with my body. And I asked the question, what is happening with my leg? Because my leg had been hurting for maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks or something like that. And actually, my whole left side of my body had been hurting. And so I was trying to figure out what is the problem with my leg. And so instead of just going back and forth and running around, because of my training in the medical field, I've been a nurse for 30 years. I started thinking about all kinds of different things and stuff that kept popping up, and I thought maybe I had a blood clot, these things. And so, anyway, I asked the question and then I got an answer. And when I got the answer, at first I was kind of arguing with it, y'all. Inside, you know how you do. Nah, that can't be it. Nah. But it turned out that that is exactly what it was, because I did go to the urgent care and I did find out what it was. And that was exactly what it was that they told me, and that the spirit shared with me, and that my intuition opened up. And so I know this because so many times we ask the question, but then we don't want to listen to the answer. Or when we get the answer, we argue with it. And I've done that. I do that all the time still. Sometimes I'm like, nah, but it's right. It is so right. And so this morning, I'm talking with a young friend, and I knew that we needed to have a conversation. And so she had messaged me, and I was going to message her back, and then the spirit said, no, call her. So I did. And I took a chance because, I'm not really a talking on the phone type of person. I've never really been, not like that. So, but I called her, and we had a conversation that was necessary, not only for her, but it was necessary for me. So I was super excited about this conversation, and as we went along, and so anyway, so many things came up in the conversation, not only for her, but for me. And I was able to share and impart some things into her because, she's, like I said, a little younger. And so I was able to share some things that helped her to, do some things she wanted to do and make some, get some clarity on some things that she was looking for. And so I thought about that when I was coming on here to share today, because this, again, like I said, is day 10 of 30 days of lives that I've been doing. And so I thought, as I came to share today, that I would share this because sometimes we discount what we know. We discount what we feel. We discount what we hear. And I heard just as clear as you are hearing me what this situation was and what it involved. And when we begin to really connect with our spirit team, with God, with the universe, with source, as we begin to really connect, things like that will begin to be the norm for you. It'll begin to be, as you walk, things already fall in place for you. As you go to do things, people are already lined up to help you in the way that you need help. Because make no mistake, we do need help in this world, and we need help doing different things that we want to do, because no man is an island. Now, that's one of the things that I had to learn, because I had a horrible mistrust of people for a long time. It's one of those things that I'm working for, some of the shadow work that I'm working on and dealing with, in order to help me to learn how to trust, and really, I almost felt like it was me sticking my neck out when I trust somebody. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but then I'm gonna see if they're gonna let me down, and that is really how I used to think. And so I had to actually really go in and, shift some things, and make some new affirmations for myself. Because what you do is when you are falling in these areas where, you're not trusting, or, you can't seem to get past something, it's because you created affirmations, and sometimes they're in your mind that you've created these affirmations, but they're negative affirmations. Instead of being, I think there's probably a word for it, but I can't remember it right now. But instead of being a positive affirmation, something that's going to help you, it is a negative affirmation. So you've created these negative things, and all this negative stuff is going through your mind, and you don't even know. Sometimes we don't even realize that that is happening. We just see that as, I'm just being real. Okay. And so when we stop just being real, and we stop really connecting to the source, to the universe, to God, when we start really making that connection, and I'm not talking about going to church and listening to the pastor, the bishop, the priest, the prophet, whoever. I'm talking about real connection to your source, the source that lives inside of you. I had some people ask me something one day, and they said, well, what church do you go to? Because I was talking about same thing I'm talking about right now. I was talking about God, and I was talking about, how, things shift in my life as I begin to really connect to the source, the creator of all there is, and as I begin to do that. And so they asked me, well, what church do you go to? And I said, well, I don't go to a church right now. I don't go to a church. Not to say I haven't been to a church, but that's not my place right now. I said, and this is what I said. I said, I go to the Church of the Living God. And they said, well, where's that? I said, the one that lives inside of me. I connect to God, to the universe, to Mother, Father, God, to our source. I connect there, and I receive answers in that way. And now you can receive answers all kinds of ways. I receive answers from watching different movies and shows. Sometimes I'll ask a question, and all of a sudden the answer will come from the show. So don't discount that. I have received answers from my children. I still do receive answers from my children. Why? Because I am open to receive. And when you are open to receive, then you'll receive from wherever it's coming from that you need. So I'm open to receive. So I know that the answer is here for me, whatever it is we need to do. And this has happened over and over and over in my life. And especially in the last probably 2 years, when I really made an attempt and an effort to make those connections. Because now I've always gone to church, because my grandmother was a pastor, preacher, teacher, evangelist, prophetess type. So I've always gone to church. That was not a thing. And I'm not in a place where, I believe that the building is us, that we are the temple. That's what I believe. And so um, I'm not throwing off on, the church or anything like that, because that's where you need to go and get what you need to get. Go and get what you need to get. However, I'm talking about connecting to God for yourself, and not feeling like you have to go through a man or a woman or whoever, a dog, a cow, whatever. Not feeling like you have to go through any other being besides you, and connecting to your intuition. And what that is connecting to your God self. So as you open up and begin to connect to your God self, and begin to ask the questions. So don't be afraid, because for a long time I was afraid to even ask the questions, because I felt like if I asked the question, I wasn't going to get the right answer, or I felt like I had asked the questions before and it didn't help. And so that shut me down in a lot of areas that I have since been able to open up, because I am open to receive, and I am at a space where I am loving myself, and I am connecting to my God self, to God, to the universe, to source energy, using different, metaphysical laws, and actually diving into the messages that I receive. And we all receive them. We all receive messages every day. We all receive messages every day. Every day we receive messages. Now, do we always pay attention to them? No. That's why people like me come on here and talk to people like you. And I'm speaking to myself first, y'all, always. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back on probably tomorrow. Not really sure because I am dealing with something that I am healing, and that is requiring more rest from me at this time. And so I may pop back on for a couple of minutes tomorrow with day 11. If not, it will probably be the next day. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I would love it if you come back to watch the replay, that you comment and let me know that you came to watch and what you got out of it, how it helped you in any way. And if you are looking to awaken your intuition, come and join me on this workshop on the 17th of November. It is on the Eventbrite. I will drop the link in the comments here so that you'll have it if you want to sign up. But it's just one day. It's going to be 11 a.m. Pacific time to 1 p.m. I think Eastern time. Oh wait, 1 p.m. Pacific time. So 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time, I think. And so you'll see it on the Eventbrite link. I also have a private Facebook group for you if that's something that you're interested in. If enough people are interested in, then I will post the workshop in there for the people that have paid. This is a paid workshop as well. I do have a workshop coming up. I'm not sure. I might have to push it back. I was going to say it might be Thursday, but I think I might make it the next Thursday just because of this thing that I'm dealing with that I need more rest time for. So I may push that back. But that is going to be in my group, Awakening Your Intuition. So if you want to come in there and join us for that, that's going to be fabulous. It's going to be a workshop on oracle cards, connecting to your intuition using oracle cards. So we're going to talk about the history of them, and I'm going to show some, and then I'm going to give you some examples of a few spreads that you can use, and explain a little bit about how you use them to connect to your intuition. It's going to be fun. So it's going to be probably about an hour long. I usually don't do things more than an hour to an hour and a half, possibly, depending on how many people are there and ask questions and this kind of thing. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm super excited for that, and believing that you are going to have a magical day, whatever day it is for you. And then also, if you are interested in having a healing session, I have 2 different types of healing sessions, one for 30 minutes and one for an hour that I am booking for now. So if that is something that is on your mind and you like to come in and let's tap in to see what is going on with you and give you some definitions and some reasons why it's happening, and then take you on a journey to help you to move forward through it, and also give you some tools to help you so that you can do some things on your own. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love being here and talking to you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, weekend, whenever you see this. Bye now.